My autistic son pushed his grandparent, my husband's mother, during a meltdown. She slapped him across the face. My 5-year-old autistic son didn't want to share his toy. This was his favorite toy and a safety tool for him. He was overwhelmed, he was 5, and in that moment he pushed his grandparent away. That was the meltdown. What happened next was not. His grandmother slapped him across the face, a grown adult hitting a 5-year-old child in response to a moment of dysregulation he had no real control over. I called the police, I told them exactly what happened, and he was excused because it was a one-time incident, because he'd pushed first, as if a distressed child pushing away is the same thing as an assault, and as if a slap across a child's face is ever a proportionate response to that. I cut off all contact with that grandparent immediately. Not a cooling off period, not let's see how things go. A full stop. I also reported it to social services because a police report being excused does not mean the concern disappears with it. It means you find the next door and knock on that one instead. My husband was supportive at first. Then that changed. He started calling it a one-time thing, something to move past. I could not accept that, because moving past it would have meant risking my son's safety by not making sure it could never happen again. Protecting my child was never going to be negotiable, not even inside my own marriage. I have talked to my son about this again and again in whatever way reaches him. He is nonverbal, so this has not been a single conversation with a clear before and after. It has been ongoing, patient, repeated in the ways that make sense for how he communicates, because he still deserves to know that what happened to him was not okay, even if he cannot say that back to me in words. I want to be clear about something, because I think a lot of parents don't hear this enough. A meltdown is not defiance. It is not a child being naughty or disrespectful. It is a nervous system completely overwhelmed, past the point where words or reasoning can reach it. Autistic children get physically disciplined for this constantly by relatives, by teachers, sometimes by strangers in public, because the adults around them don't understand the difference between behavior that needs consequences and behavior that needs support. And when the system that's supposed to protect our children fails to see that difference too, it is easy to feel like there's nowhere left to go. I want you to know that isn't true. I am furious about this, and I refuse to let this go. I refuse to accept that our kids' distress gets treated as misbehavior by the very people meant to protect them. But here's what I also know. A closed door is not the same as a locked one. When the first response fails your child, that is not the end of the road. It is the point where you get louder, not smaller. If something like this happens to your child, here is what you can do. Beyond the first call that gets brushed aside, put it in writing. A follow-up email or letter after any verbal report with dates, times, exactly what was said. It builds a record nobody can quietly lose. Ask for a crime reference number. Every report should get one. If you're told no, ask why, and ask for a name and badge number. That is your right, not a favor. Call the NSPCC helpline. They can talk you through safeguarding routes even when police involvement stalls, and you don't have to already know the right words to call them. Make a formal complaint through professional standards if the initial response didn't take it seriously. This sits outside the original report and gets independent eyes on it. If it happened anywhere near a school or childcare setting, a safeguarding referral can move faster than a police report alone. Photograph any mark straight away, dated. Evidence fades, records don't. I'm not telling you this to frighten you into thinking this could happen to your child too, and now you have to watch every relative like a hawk. I'm telling you this because if it ever does happen, you already know you have options. And that knowing alone is power the system doesn't hand you willingly. You're not overreacting by calling this what it is. Keep records, keep asking, keep being loud. Your child is worth every bit of that fight, and so are you. This story was sent to me through my Ask Brooklyn segment on the Inclusive Stories podcast. Details changed to protect the family's privacy.